You know, in the crypto market, they say history doesn't repeat, but it often rhymes. And right now, a major warning signal is flashing. A signal that last time came right before a pretty big market shock. So the real question is, what is the market trying to tell us?
So the first message here is simple. You gotta pay attention. Now, this isn't about predicting a crash or trying to cause a panic. Not at all. It's about recognizing that the market's climate is shifting, and any smart investor knows when it's time to check the forecast.
Okay, so what's actually happening under the hood of the market right now? Let's break down the specific signal that has so many analysts a little bit worried.
It really all comes down to this growing split in the market. On one side, you've got speculative money just flooding into altcoins, sending their open interest through the roof. But on the other side, you have Bitcoin, the anchor of the whole market, and it's just quiet. Its open interest is flat. Whenever the fleet of little boats starts speeding way ahead while the flagship stays in the harbor, you have to start asking why.
So, we keep throwing around this term open interest. What is it? Well, to put it simply, it's a way to measure the total amount of money and active bets in the market. When open interest rises, it means new money, often speculative money, is coming in. Think of it like the fuel for the market's momentum.
So why is this divergence, this split, such a big deal? Because we have a very clear and very recent reminder of what happened the last time this exact pattern showed up. Back in December of 2024, the exact same story played out. Altcoin speculation was running wild while Bitcoin was just stagnating. And the result? It wasn't pretty. First came a sharp, painful correction. And then, instead of a quick recovery, the market went nowhere for 3 whole months in this frustrating sideways grind we call chop modus.
And how sharp was that correction? We're talking a 30% drop. A fall like that from Bitcoin doesn't happen in a vacuum. It drags the entire market down with it, and those high-flying speculative altcoins, they get hit the hardest. That's why everyone's watching today's situation so closely.
So how can we visualize this kind of risk? The source for this actually uses a perfect metaphor. It's a high-stakes game of musical chairs.
The core of the idea is this. As long as the money keeps flowing, everything seems fine. The party's in full swing, and everyone feels like a genius. But as the saying goes, the problem isn't when the music is playing, it's what happens the moment it suddenly stops.
So here's how the game is played. First, the music's on. That's what's happening now, with money pouring into risky altcoins. Then, suddenly, the music stops. It could be anything, a piece of bad news, an unexpected market shock, and in that moment, everyone makes a mad dash for a chair, for safety. But in a panic, there just aren't enough chairs for everybody, and someone always gets left holding the bag.
And that brings us right back to today. Because the crucial point of this whole analysis is that this isn't just a history lesson. This exact same pattern is forming as we speak.
And here's the situation today. This wave of speculation in altcoins shows a huge appetite for risk. But at the same time, Bitcoin is just sitting on the sidelines, waiting. So you have this immense pressure building up, this gap between risky behavior and the market's foundation. And that tension, it can't last forever.
So what's the bottom line? This isn't a prediction, it's an observation. The level of risk in the market has clearly gone up. The music is absolutely still playing, but it's probably a good time to know where the emergency exits are.
Which brings us to the big question. We've seen the pattern, and we've seen what happened last time. So, is history about to repeat itself?
So, is the market just enjoying the music before another painful dip, or is this time really different? The answer could define the next few months for crypto. Thanks for tuning into this breakdown. Stay sharp out there.